Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with David Aston. What's up, David?
Hello. Hello.
What's up, Scribe? You hear us? I don't know if you can hear us. Oh, no. Technical difficulties. Hold on.
He's the silent partner.
Let me see. What's up, Scribe?
Oh, it's great.
How you doing, bro?
Hey.
Hi. Oh, there's my old boyfriend.
I beg your pardon.
Wow, this is like old times. What's happening? So we're going to talk about Doctor Who.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, our number one subject.
We never did that before, did we?
Yeah, I wanted to know what you thought of Twice Upon a Time, Scribe.
It was shit.
Yeah.
It was. The first Doctor was absolutely awful. It wasn't himself, was it?
Yeah, he was never a drunken, womanizing, sexist, whatever the hell they made him out to be. That's Moffat being on crack. I don't know what the hell Moffat was doing with that. I mean, I don't know why he has a bad memory of the first Doctor, because I know Mark Gatiss kind of gave like a thing like, yeah, I don't know. Like, meaning like, Moffat's a showrunner, whatever. You know, it's like people really didn't agree with it, you know, but they can't say anything. I don't know. I don't know why. You don't knock a doctor down to raise another. Yeah, that's unheard of.
It ruins the legacy of the first Doctor. That's the problem.
Well, all these young people that don't know any better will think that's the way it's supposed to be. And that's a problem. I know.
The smack dance was pretty funny, but I think the one where he said something about all women being made of glass, that wasn't really that funny, I don't think. The other ones were cleaning the TARDIS was the sort of thing I would say. But
what's up, Suzy? There's Suzy. She wanted to meet David Aston. You got a fan there, David.
Oh, have I? You all right, Suzy? How's it going?
Going pretty good.
Yeah. We're talking about Doctor Who.
Awesome.
A subject that everybody can relate to. So that's what we're doing.
Everything's sexist. If you're male, you must be sexist. There's a climate of, you know, I'm quite sure if anybody bothered to actually watch, you know, original First Doctor episodes, they'd see that the First Doctor doesn't even mention sex full stop, really. He certainly doesn't tell companions to clean the TARDIS, but that's rubbish.
Yeah, Barbara just said that the TARDIS needed a spring cleaning and that she was going to clean it, but nobody ever told her to clean the TARDIS, or anybody. The first Doctor never told anybody to clean the TARDIS. That's ridiculous. So,
there must be like hundreds of thousands of different ways to be funny in that show. There was no necessary part for them to choose sexism, some of it was just funny, but when they're doing that, they actually believe, these feminists, that the whole show is actually sexist, and it's not.
Right.
I've actually become a feminist, but I seriously don't like modern feminism. I prefer feminism when it was actually still sane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obsessed now. I mean, it's got to the point now that they have to. There's a YouTube user. Shut up! Stop typing! God damn it! Quiet!
Who's typing?
You're typing. Someone's.
I'm not typing.
You can.
Not me.
Not me.
Well, it's not me.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, basically, there's a mundane Matt on YouTube, and that recently Marvel Comics have started to decide to get rid of certain social justice warrior things from the comics because they've discovered, surprise, surprise, it didn't sell very well.
Well, that we talked about, yeah.
It's a comic. People don't want to hear political. They don't want a political sermon from anyone, right or left.
They don't want to hear that Republicans are evil, or, I mean, Marvel had this weird stance. They pissed off a lot of people. Now the writers are not allowed to tweet bad things about the president or bashing their own fans because people are just dump the comic because they just want to buy a comic. They don't want to fight with their favorite writer. You know, it's like if you don't vote the way I vote, you're garbage. Well, I'm paying for the books that's keeping you in a position to write about the characters. And now when that book starts tanking, they don't have the common sense to figure out why.
Well, to be fair, I don't think it is anything really to do with writers having an opinion. I think it's just unnecessary shoehorning. You know, you're reading a comic quite happily, and you're getting into the art, you're getting into the storyline and the plot and so forth, and then out of the blue, you see some weird, totally out of place, just like in the Eaters of Light. You know, all of a sudden you get this sermon on. Look, here's the thing: I'm bisexual. I'm a feminist.
Was there a place for that in that time period for her to say that? Like, I mean, you could talk about a million different things, and you just got every episode. You got to be like, "Hey, I'm Bill Potts. Bill Potts is gay." It's like, okay, Moffat, thanks. Thanks for writing that.
I'm Bill Potts. But it's almost like every episode she's going to pop up out of the blue.
And I know people are going to say that Moffat didn't write Eaters of Light. I understand that, but he told them to put that line in there.
Should have called it Eaters of Cunt.
Oh my God! Sorry there, Suzy. Jesus, man. Wow. So we're going in a negative direction, you think? What do you think? What do you guys think of Doctor Who? I mean, are you guys worried about...
I'm really worried.
I know.
This is it's an interesting reunion, Mark. How have you been in the last several years since you've been talking to me on many occasions?
Great. I've been fine.
Cool.
So it's okay.
He's a published author now.
Computer's not working properly. But the thing I'm worried about Doctor Who is that last episode, I'm not sure if that first Doctor can tie his shoelaces. No. I have to question it because he didn't seem to know much. And in the original series, he was very smart, very intelligent, could work things out. In this episode, he just seems to be, no secrets, nothing.
Are they using the excuse that the time distortion, or he's older because he's encountering his future self, and maybe that's making him kind of loopy or older, or, I mean, could that be an excuse or not really?
No, I think it was just because of the experience of the 12th Doctor. But to be fair, the other Doctor's very old anyway. We don't know how old he is. He could be 200, 300 years old there because he died of old age, like Matt Smith's Doctor was 200 odd, wasn't he? So he's not a young man in that episode.
Right.
So, and also he's got secrets even then.
Well, it's like...
at least not shown to be, dumb.
It's like the 11th Doctor. Yeah. It's like the 11th Doctor, Mark, isn't it? You see how he gets so old that he eventually loses his ability to regenerate, and you see he's around, he's maintaining more or less.
Well, it wasn't the fact that he got too old to regenerate. He just didn't have any more regenerations.
Yeah.
He used them up because they counted. A long time we had that speculation that the Stolen Earth regeneration never counted, but Moffat made it that it counted, which sucks. And then they had the War Doctor regeneration. So he had no more regenerations left.
He got old, but it took way, way longer than normal, people. So
it was 1,000 years. It took him 1,000 years to age 100 years.
So perhaps the first Doctor can do the same, but he doesn't age at all. So he could be hundreds of years old and still maintain the same appearance.
Well, he was choosing not to regenerate, so obviously he was holding it back. But it's just the way Moffat did it. I thought it was very, very bad. The story was okay. And also the speeches, I'm getting a bit... I liked them at first, but it's getting too much. It's getting very cliche with the platitudes. He's always giving this big speech. The Doctor's being killed number of times by different enemies. He's not indestructible. And he has lost at times. They should actually write that into the show. Because if he's winning all the time, what is there for him to face in the universe? Nothing. There's nothing that can hurt him. But the enemies have got to remind him that they have hurt him in the past. The Cybermen have killed him in this recent series. The Daleks have killed him in a previous series with, David Tennant. And
The BBC
go
killed
back
him.
in the past, a lot of enemies have managed to kill, certain regenerations or incarnations of the Doctor. So he's not totally winning everything. He's just able to regenerate into somebody else, basically. So they have to remind him of that.
I wish he weren't blacked out, because I'd love to see him wearing that hat.
But I think there's an interesting theory we didn't talk about, and that is that every time he regenerates, his body kind of improves upon dying from that same thing. Like, in other words, when the Dalek shot him in Stolen Earth,
Yeah.
he was going to be flat out regenerating. After that happened, he's been shot by Daleks before, like the 11th Doctor got shot, and then he crawled into the Pandorica. He stayed alive. He was just really in bad shape. And then he's been shot by Daleks before and still lives. So his body is building up a kind of defense against that death. Like, in other words, when he fell in Legopolis, now he could jump out freaking spaceships and land at the end of time battling Rassilon and, not be dead. So it's like, it's amazing that maybe the body is kind of like strengthening against, because now with the Cyberman, he got shot like, it wouldn't be before like he got shot once and he's going to regenerate. He got shot like 10 times. And it's like, and and he's about to die, but he got shot like 10 times. It's like they're trying to kill him, die already. So maybe in her incarnation now, if she gets shot 10 times, she probably won't even like regenerate. Like, maybe she'll be stronger at it.
She seems like David Tennant with a, smile and everything. Like, what does she say? Oh, brilliant. Her speech pattern was very much the same as the Ninth Doctor, if you noticed. I'm not sure if I noticed that.
Oh, brilliant. And that's the same speech Moffat gave David Tennant for the Fifth Doctor, Time Crash. He's like, oh, brilliant. Like, he's touching, the hair of, like, Peter Davison. He's like, oh, brilliant.
Look at the smile as well. It's very similar to David Tennant's.
So she's supposedly going to be a David Tennant type female, I guess.
She is a transvestite, basically. I mean, she's born male. Thousands of years of being a male. I mean, it's got to have an imprint on somebody when they're changing to a female. She's not going to be a
unless it just goes away. I mean, maybe in that regeneration, she just has the memories as the Doctor, but doesn't have the memories that she's male. I mean, could that be it?
I would have her as a very awkward female because of the experience of being a male for so long. You get what I mean?
Well, what do you think, Suzy? Suzy, you think she's going to be just like a male in a female's body, or is she just going to be a female? I mean, how are they going to work that?
I think she's going to relate to her male half until she finally gets her wits about her.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the way I see it.
So you think it's going to be a big adjust for her? I mean,
major adjust.
That she not one episode, just like the whole damn season.
Yeah, and I don't think she's going to travel anywhere. I really don't.
Without a TARDIS is going to be kind of. Yeah. I mean, unless the TARDIS comes back right away, but maybe it won't.
But I'm just letting these two gentlemen know I am very against this change, and I have been since I found out in June. And I have two other individuals that feel exactly the same way that I do. So.
Not uncommon with female viewers.
Females don't like it. Not every female likes it. A lot of females don't like it.
Yes, but here's the thing. Like I said, I have bizarrely become on my Twitter thing. I have feminists in the making. And the thing I've noticed, every single time this stupid article that I've seen people put on Facebook several times. Is totally unrealistic. Because they can, these people, when it came to choosing a female doctor, seemed to totally base it purely on gender. They didn't take into account whether the actress wanted to be the doctor, or whether the pay would be good enough, or whether they'd be willing to do a show that takes 9 months to fucking record. And you're essentially the doctor 24/7, just like lots of the Marvel actors are. I mean, it's a non-stop job, really. And it's always the same. You'd always the people you saw saying, "Oh, I don't like this," for whatever reason, were women. But of course, in the feminist camp, it must only be men, fans, male fans. It can't be, women themselves, because just like feminism, there's this bullshit idea that the patriarchy. If you decide that you don't need feminism, then you're suddenly a victim of the evil patriarchy, like some malevolent force, climbing up your arse or something.
Well, I don't see the doctor as male or female. That's the whole thing. And I don't see the doctor as being a romantic lead, because that's not what the show's all about. All this, I mean, the hugging is fine, but I personally don't care for throwing romance into Doctor Who. That's not what it's about.
No, it's not. I mean, and that's the whole thing. It's like, let's just get to traveling through space and time and stopping the villains and stay off Earth, please, because we're on Earth way too much.
If I hear the fucking word mansplaining in the new series, that will be fucking it.
Or that men are stupid. That's just, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
That's sexist. That's sexist. If you said that about a woman, you get ripped apart. The simple fact is, we live in a time now where if you're a woman, you can get away with virtually any comment, about men. But if you say exactly the same thing as a man about a woman, you'll end up being let go from your job. If you're rape recently in Hollywood, all these rape accusations, the level, it's like the McCarthy era. All these accusations, people being blacklisted, so-called evidence, which just amounts to people. Nobody's even questioning it.
It's like the olden days where you would get your pitchfork, you light it up, like your flames, and go into Dr. Frankenstein's house and like, what are you creating? It's like, you're gonna burn it down. The villagers get together and they start like flipping out. Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening now, only there's no torches, but yeah.
You were found out to be a Jew, they just shoot you. Good old days.
Well, as I've looked at it, and I've told Matrix Lord, simple is the doctor is like a father figure. He takes care of the children. He takes care of the ones that are still innocent and can believe in what he's all about. He's just the dad figure. And when they put a woman in it, it changed the whole concept of everything and kind of smashed a lot of, I guess, the innocence of the show. It's not like it was. I mean, I started watching Tom Baker. Tom Baker was my doctor. And I never thought they'd change anything about it, let alone get rid of a lot of the important characters after the doctor changes. They're helpful in his transition. Right. Without those characters, those central characters, the doctor is lost.
Kind of vulnerable. Regenerating.
Yeah. He needs someone to guide him or
like he needed Rose, he needed Mickey, he needed Jackie Tyler when he was Christmas Invasion, and he needed Amelia Pons, and then Amy Pond, it's like when she got older. So yeah, he needs that. So now this doctor's going to need that Bradley Walsh character. That's supposed to be like a cross between like Wilf and just a younger version, kind of just going to be, I guess, the hero or whatever and going and helping and whatever. I don't know.
Well, it's a bit. Well, they've sort of, in this day and age, the first Doctor and Susan, that's now.
We're never going to see that, by the way. That's over.
No.
We're never going to see Susan again. They missed that boat. That opportunity. It's over, unfortunately.
They missed a lot of opportunities, really.
Yes.
They could have had Ian Chesterton in that spin-off. And that tanked. It's the most silliest spin-off ever. Nobody needed it. Nobody needed any class, did they?
Well, Ian Chesterton wasn't an Adventure in Space and Time. It was a cameo. Yeah.
As a janitor.
Like he was a cameo, right? Was he a doorman or something? He was a cameo, but they gave him the respect, of course, from off. They just did the right thing, putting him in there. But yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's your idea about the Master turning good because she was a she?
I think honestly that's Moffat's whole thing because I never saw it. I mean when I grew up and I watched like John Pertwee and Roger Delgado, I never thought that they were best friends. I thought that they they always
lovers now.
I mean, the whole thing is that they knew of each other, but that the Master always wanted to be the main, smartest Time Lord. I didn't get anything about them being best friends. When Russell T Davies did it, he basically said, yeah, they were best friends when they were kids, which changed the whole damn dynamic. And, you could understand it to a point, but it's kind of difficult because you get that a little bit when we had the Dr. Falls, where, the Doctor screaming at Missy and the Master, wait. And you get that look, man. We were friends, whatever. We're going to go off do our thing. I don't really care. You want to die here, you can, but you don't really have to die here. Just get the hell out of here. We're not enemies right now. We're just going. So, whatever,
That is very much like the third Doctor in Delgado, because you got this feeling with, Missy and Capaldi just like that. The third Doctor's here.
It got weird with Missy. It got weird.
He was looking after the Master. He had affection and looking out for the Master, but at the same time, he sort of feels guilty or feels sorry for him because his friend has sort of gone wrong somehow.
Yeah, something happened with her regeneration where, from the very start of us seeing her,
it was weird.
She basically took over the entire Earth. She won. And she gave it up because she just wanted to say, hey, I'm giving it to you. Happy birthday. Here's your army. Here's your Cybermen army. And it's like, what the hell happened? And then you got to be where it looked weird, like maybe she's falling for him or something. There's like a romance thing, and I'm like, what the hell is going on there? Then when they kept touching each other's hands, I was getting freaked out. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Remember the line about having a crush?
That was just they explained that. No, they explained that.
That was the discussion between him and Bill when they were sitting on the bench.
No, but he was meaning that wasn't really a real crush. They were just like friends. Like he wanted to hang out with him, whatever. That there's a difference.
It just didn't seem like a homey thing. It was more like.
Ooh. A homey thing.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't a no. When he said man crush, he meant he looked up to like the Master because the Master like saw something in him, like just accepted him as a equal, but as a friend, not as more. Yeah.
I know. It's just the way it came across to me. It just sounded weird. But I can see what you were talking about with the third Doctor, because I think he held him on kind of a pedestal because he admired him. He admired his strengths.
Well, they had a mutual respect for each other, even though the Master tried to destroy him many times. It was like, he enjoyed their chess game throughout the seasons.
He enjoyed the cat and mouse.
Yeah,
all the way around. Yeah.
But then after that, it got sour because then it was like, well, I'm dying, so I'm going to kill you. Like, you know, he was decrepit, the master. He was, you know.
Right.
And then it got to be a little more violent.
And he held a lot against the doctor.
Yeah. And then he got even more crazy where he just wanted to destroy a lot of
bitter
things,
and angry.
Rather than just have, like, plots and stuff he just wanted to destroy.
Yeah.
You know, so.
But I do not have a problem having an older doctor. I appreciate it.
Well, I think what we're going to have is we're going to have a older master. I think we're going to have a guy master that's going to be like Charles Dance dealing with Jodie Whittaker, and I think that would be perfect.
Well,
because
well, you're ready for it. See, again, when I saw Peter Capaldi, he drew me in. It was just something about classic Who that was coming into the new Who, and that's what I enjoyed about it. I'm not down with her, but if there's something else that pulls me in, something that we haven't had for a long time, maybe a character that we haven't had in on
there's bound to be sorry for cutting you off, Suzy.
That's okay.
There's bound to be things. I have a feeling that, ironically, with a female doctor, they'll probably be able to go into areas either that they wouldn't perhaps be able to deal with a male doctor, or perhaps totally new territory or something. You know?
The master should immediately be regenerating back into a male because it's not like a regular occurrence that they switch sex, because every time it's happened, they says, oh, back to normal. Like the general who was a male, that was not normal, that she was a female, she became a male general, and then when she got shot by Capaldi's doctor, she's like, oh, I'm back to normal as a female, meaning that it's not normal that they're able to just switch sex like that. It just happens lately. So, you know, my thing with the doctor is that once she regenerates, it'll be back into a male. It's not going to be like she's female for 20 years. It's no, boom, it's back to normal because that's the way she's always been a male. So she's just going to be a male for a while again. And same thing with Missy. Missy should be a male immediately again.
Would it work, though? What would work better, a male or female doctor against a... no. What would work better, a male master or a female master against...
I think a male master now.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have male villains that are stupid, which I don't know if they're going to do that with the SJW thing where they're going to make men stupid. So if you had a Charles Dance master that she keeps getting defeated and she doesn't know why, like who the hell is this foe? And it could be the master just toying with her, you know, and he could be...
Social justice warriors are so... They're exactly the thing they claim they are sometimes. Sometimes you read their comments. They are some of the most judgmental, bigoted people, bizarrely. Not all of them, but some are pretty bad. And it really baffles me that...
We need to fix UNIT like David Tennant had UNIT. Because UNIT's been a mess. Yeah. They made UNIT very stupid. Stupid men running UNIT. I mean, yes, they have the female leaders, but even they made Kate Stewart look stupid.
Yeah, but they introduced Kate Stewart and then they hardly do anything with her.
They make her look like an idiot. I think Scott said it best. Scott said it that UNIT needs a doctor to explain to them how to use a napkin. Because they became that stupid, UNIT.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense that the doctor would be advising them because scientific advisor.
Yeah, but the third thing is advising, but they should be able to...
primitive humans as well. It wouldn't be a gender thing, would it? It would be a case of this highly advanced alien being from another planet, just like in the Third Doctor days.
But they've been doing it for decades. They should, like, somebody should be on the ball where it's like, they're not like, oh my God, shocked by it. Ooh. You know, I mean, Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart, you know, basically, how many memories do they have with him trying to fight alien menaces? I mean, these guys are like, oh my God, there's an alien. We never seen him before. What are you talking about? You know, it's like they all get defeated like the Zygons. They got their ass kicked. Like, immediately. It was like, wow. You know, they're all crying. They're like, I don't want to shoot a loved one. I mean, that was weird. You know, they need to toughen up UNIT. They need to toughen up Kate Stewart. They need to an overhaul of UNIT, actually. you know. And the master definitely needs to be a male. You know, I think. What about you, Scribe? What about you? Do you think the master needs to be male again?
Well, I didn't work out with the female. The problem was it was good at first. She was very good at first. I was thinking, this is actually working. When she was going to kill that woman, that was brilliant.
Clara?
No, the other one.
Oh, okay.
She's in the aircraft.
Kate Stewart. Yeah.
Was,
Osgood, yeah.
In modern society, women can't be classed as psychopaths or anything like that. They're called bipolar. And, this is normal the case anyway. This means that the female master couldn't be a true psychopath. That's why she had feelings at the end. She was crying and everything, which the master would never do.
Yeah, I know what that's about.
Our character. The master's evil.
He's killed millions of people. Now he's going to start crying?
He's crying. He's really good and everything. And he cares about the doctor.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's
killing
about.
all those people, you'd think the doctor would say, well, that's it. I can't take this. He used to be my friend. I'm not making excuses for him anymore.
I mean, that's why it made sense that John Sims, like, you know, no, I'll never join the doctor, and neither will you. Like, you know, no way. And he shoots her. He's like, I'd rather die than to join the doctor. You know, it's like, wow.
Well, it didn't work out technically because he does, when he's a she does, she does.
I mean, even when it was David Tennant, you know, he had David Tennant on the ground, you know, end of time. And like, they were, you know, it's like, you know, hey, man, I'm not with you. You know, it's like.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. He's not doing it to help the doctor, even at the end of time. That's not him helping.
Yeah, he was mad at Rosalind for screwing around with him.
It's self-preservation. He's protecting himself, the master.
The master got the drums in his head because of Rosalind, so he wanted, you
know. God. They're just adding stuff that's totally unnecessary, and no need to do it. Because it does suggest that, you know, like just a gimmick or something. It's like they can't write.
See, the thing is, I'm hopeful that we are. I mean, I'm trying to stay positive because I don't really want the show to get destroyed where it's going to get canceled and screwed up. I mean, nobody really wants that. You know, I mean, we already went through cancellation kind of twice, you know, with the original series and then with the Eighth Doctor, the pilot never even got made into anything. So this would be the third time, I feel. And, oh, God, who calls it this time? All right, so give me a second, guys. Continue.
Alex.
Well, nice meeting you guys. I really appreciate meeting you guys.
Oh.
No, thank you.
You have to say that again, Suzy.
I said I really appreciate meeting you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to meet you, David. And now you got to meet Mark, too.
Yes, from across the pond.
Mark is responsible for me doing YouTube videos, by the way.
Joe, David went red there. He's blushing. Let's see it.
Look at him.
Fuck him. Fuck Mark. Fuck you, Mark. Yeah, there we go. No. It's nice.
You got a fan, David Aston. You got another fan.
That's very nice of you.
I was a fan of Matrix Lord, too, for quite a long time before I got on. So, yeah.
Well, Scribe altered my timeline, so he's responsible for me doing videos and casts and everything else. So,
yeah.
And boasting about.
I don't know if he created a monster, but okay.
Well, I've been boasting about how good of a writer he is, and he just doesn't think so. I asked him one time. I said, "What would you do if you were allowed to do one Doctor Who episode?" And he said,
"I'm not good enough to do that yet.
Good enough to do it yet.
Not yet. Got to build myself up. That's all. But you're talking to another published author." Mark has a book as well.
You know, a different book, more serious though. It's about trolls.
Yeah.
I know a lot of those.
He wrote a book about trolls. That's interesting.
I know male and female trolls.
Yeah.
I'm sure David Aston will have a book out too one day.
It's
going to be called That's the Way It Goes.
It's called The Doorstop. The best doorstop you've ever read.
David has some cool Doctor Who radio show stuff you still have. I'll share it with you, Suzy. Being that you're a new fan of David Aston, got to build up his fan base now. You still have your radio shows, right?
I still have that, but that's the way it goes. Was falsely flagged to the point they suspended it out of the blue.
Wow, but you still got your videos somewhere, I'm sure. I'll share whatever I can find for her of your stuff.
YouTube doesn't have its. That really upset me a little bit because a lot of the reasons for flagging me were complete bollocks because even used the YouTube for 7 months because I spent most of this year homeless from February 2017. You know, Mark. That's what I was doing for most of the year. That's why I'm in a council flat, a luxurious council flat.
Yeah, but you're getting better, though. You're doing better.
Oh, yeah. Getting better. I'm going to the gym soon, so...
There you go.
I'll bulk up.
Weightlifting.
He's going to be evolving, see? There you go.
Yeah.
So, hopefully it's a better year for everybody. I'm sure it's going to be. And then we'll have 10 months to see what Jodie Whittaker does as the Doctor. Long way off.
And as I told Matrix Lord, I'm going to become a big Finnish fan, so that's next on the horizon.
Yeah, she's going to get into that. Yeah, the audio's right.
What do you guys think will the new Doctor will be like? Do you think the stories will be surrounding situations that feminists want to cover, like the bad driving of women? Do you know that sort of sexism that sometimes goes around?
I heard a rumor that the Doctor creates a women's movement in the past.
Oh God!
That, or she adds to it, like women having the right to vote, and then there's an African episode, which probably is related to the fact that some of the companions are African. Well, they're UK. You can't say they're African, right? If they're UK, what is this phrase for that, Mark? If they're black, but they're just from the UK. So I mean, if we had people that were black in America, we'd be like African American, right? But what's the phrase for that? Just
you can't say it. You just got to say
English.
It starts with N, ends with R.
You know, stop it.
Not native.
Okay.
I don't know. There's no name.
Right. There's no name for it.
That's
Right.
good,
There's no label. Right. Well, anyway, they're going to Africa. Actually, Africa to film an episode, or two, which is interesting. They got an accountant. They're going to be filming in these interesting locations. So I know it's going to cost a lot to go film in Africa. That's for sure.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So obviously the TARDIS is going to be working after a while. Fixed.
Hopefully.
I heard great idea for the TARDIS.
What about the Mork and Mindy design? Did you like that?
I like a pink design with flowers on the outside of the TARDIS and a lovely doormat.
And the Candyman serving
Clara wanted
treats.
A kitchen in the TARDIS. I think that should be the control console.
Yeah, Clara and Bill wanted a kitchen. Or they're like, do you have a kitchen? Yeah.
Let's go have a kitchen now, isn't it?
And Candyman would be the butler serving sweets. With the Happiness Patrol and Fifi the dog.
Control where it spins around.
Cupcakes.
That'd be great.
Suzy, I don't know if you ever saw it, but the Happiness Patrol painted the TARDIS pink.
Oh my God.
In an episode. Very interesting.
Maybe they'll put rainbows on it.